Now, our next guest is known as TV's tough guy, having served as a Royal Marine Commando in some of the
That
world's
made you giggle then, didn't it?
most challenging...
It did a little bit.
Heard it before, heard it before. He now uses his specialist training to put some of our favourite celebs through their paces on SAS. Who Dares Wins.
And some of those who aren't our favourite as well, which is equally as satisfying. For his latest mission, Jason Fox is hoping to inspire others with a brand new book, Embrace the Chaos. And Fox is here to tell us all about it. Jason, great to see you this morning. Embrace the Chaos sounds a little bit like most parents' morning routine, trying to get the kids up and get into school. It's a slightly different approach that you're taking with the chaos you're talking about embracing as well.
A little... Well, not really. I mean, life's chaotic, isn't it?
Yeah.
So my whole... Everyone tries to avoid it, but I think we should try and embrace it because it's something that is always there. And so, embrace the chaos. There we have it.
And it says 52 tactics to make every day count. So is it like you do one a week, or is that how you set it up? Or is that just breaking it down into bite-sized pieces so anyone can take a little bit away?
It's the bite-sized piece thing.
Right.
But ultimately, initially, I wanted to break life down into, like, a pack of cards, so you could basically pick a card and... You don't have to read it from, you know, cover to cover.
Yeah.
You can just pick, you know, a tactic to work on a week.
Yeah.
And you can just pick them out. And so, you know, we turned that pack of cards into a book.
Because I love the chapter that's on the fear factor. To me, that's a really important thing. It's to do something that scares you a little bit semi-regularly, just so you feel... I think just so as a human being you feel small again. And I feel like you're absolutely right when you say it makes you feel alive.
But I think you grow from fear as well.
Yes,
you know,
true.
Making yourself uncomfortable. We're scared of being uncomfortable a lot of the time. And yet, when you put yourself in those uncomfortable situations, you become used to it, then you've grown, you've
And you suddenly
developed.
go, wow, I can do things.
Yeah.
Things that I'm really scared of, I can do.
All these things are things you've learned on various missions across your career, various experiences. What other stuff's in there, Jace?
It's a lot of... To be fair, there's... Like, with my journey, I forgot about what I'd learned in the military, and then I went through, you know, I had a bit of a stinker, went through that period, revised and reminded myself of what I learned. And
when you say stinker, I mean, that's a sort of just explain a little bit what you mean by stinker.
Oh, right, OK, yeah. So I was medically discharged from the military from my career with PTSD, depression. I had mental health issues, and, you know, I had a difficult time transitioning from the military into the civilian world. You know, I contemplated suicide, that sort of thing. So that's what I mean by stinker.
So you're having to go back, which is one way of describing it. I mean, that's how you compartmentalise it, I guess. You look back on that period of your life as very informative in terms of how you're behaving now.
Yeah.
But having to go back and relive those moments in order to put the learnings in this book, was that difficult? Did it bring back some quite difficult memories for you, Jason?
I mean, I've done that with the first book, so when doing it for this one, and then also looking at things that I've done since that sort of fuzzy period, yeah, I actually enjoy it.
Do you?
Yeah, the guy that I sit down and do the books with, Matt, is an amazing friend. We have a great time. We sort of get a little bit sad about certain things, but then we laugh about it afterwards. So yeah, that has been my most favourite book to do so far.
Which, I suppose, is how life is. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry. What's interesting about it, and I think maybe this helped with kind of getting you over the stinker, is you talk about routine in here a lot. It's almost like you employ the military routine into everyday life. And actually, that's something that we can benefit from too. Especially waking up and going to sleep and all those things.
I think routine's important, but the thing that I do talk about in the book is not to be governed by routine, to make sure that you've got a flexible routine, have some non-negotiables, but sometimes you might have to manipulate the routine to fit in with whatever the day throws at you. So you're still doing it, but it might not necessarily be normally when you do it.
Yeah.
You're still ticking it off.
Can you learn to be more spontaneous? Because I think the difference between me and Annie is that she likes things to be ordered, she takes routine and she has to stick with it. And if I suddenly do what I do, which is I'm all over the show and say, oh, well, let's go and do this, she really struggles with that. Do you think there's things that people can help with that? Because as you were saying, sticking to the routine can be quite sort of like restraining.
It can be restraining. I think if you allow yourself to... If you can test yourself by being a little bit more flexible with a routine, being a bit more dynamic, then you'll gradually get to the point where it doesn't phase you out. It doesn't freak you out. You're like, OK, fine, something's changed. We're going to do something else. But that's cool because I know how to adapt my routine into, you know, that unseen eventuality.
We've got to talk about the new series of SAS, Who Dares Wins, as well. Because have you got 2? You've recorded one already. Is there another one on the way as well? And where are you doing it? And what can you tell us?
We've done one already that hasn't gone out. We filmed in New Zealand, which is brilliant.
How was that?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was amazing.
Like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, very much so, yeah.
You were Sauron.
Gimli. Yeah, no, it was awesome. We got a great cast. I don't know whether they've been announced, so I'm not going to start talking too much about them, but they are very, very good.
There's all sorts of rumours that it's coming to Wales, Foxy.
I've not heard any rumours about that.
Would you fancy a series in Wales, though?
We did Wales on the first season. The first ever SAS was in Wales.
Right.
So, I mean, Wales is an amazing place. If we go there, great, but I don't know. I'm not sure where we're going yet.
OK. Who's been your favourite celebrity you've had on so far?
Favourite?
Yeah, why?
So, favourite... So, the person that has basically surprised us and done unbelievably, probably the best one we've had, he pipped Wayne Bridge to the post now, was Gareth Gates.
Yeah.
He massively surprised us.
He was great, wasn't he?
He was a machine.
Was he?
Yeah.
Wow, and coming from him, that's high praise indeed.
He was cool, really good.
Where does Matt Hancock rate in your favourites, Jace?
I mean, he turned up and... no, hang on, he turned up. He
was being paid to be there as well, though, so...
Yeah, no, he turned up. He put a shift in. He would put 110% in, but, you know, he just... You know, he never let his barrier down. We didn't know whether we could trust him.
Right.
He didn't do enough to show us that he was willing to put it all on the line for other people around him.
Right.
It's one of those things that's so important about that process is you strip everybody down. They have to sort of allow themselves to hear what you're saying and then they come out stronger. I think the majority of my friends that have been able to do it, that I've spoken to, and I've seen Wayne since he's done it, lots of people since they've done it, and they all say sort of how much they grew across that period, and they weren't necessarily expecting that. They thought it was going to be tough.
Yeah.
But to come out the other side feeling different about themselves.
I think you've got to allow yourself to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strength that comes from that, and if you're not willing to go there, then we can tell that they're not being honest with us. And it's like, well, you know, you're not really buying into it. You're just playing the game, and that's not good enough.
Well, we'll look forward to the new series.
Absolutely.
The one in New Zealand, and good luck with the book as well.
The book is called Embrace the Chaos. It's out today, and you're off on book tours and signings. Thank you.
Now, have you ever been approached for any celebrity shows yet, Jace?
Like
There's
what?
Strictly's looking right now. Would you? Is there a dancer in there, Jason?
There's no dancer in it.
Masked singer.
I'm allergic to sequins.
Singing? Is there a hidden singing in there?
I've not tried it.
OK, but you wouldn't say never say never.
No, face the fear.
The fear that...
Quite, Caddy.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm scared of it. I'm scared of cooking. I'm useless at cooking. I'd probably do something along those lines.
So MasterChef or Bake Off?
Something like that, yeah.
Ready for it. OK, there you go.
There you go.
Calling all those baking shows, Foxy's ready for some action.
Thanks, Jason.
Nice.
Lovely to
Thank
see you,
you.
Jason.
Very nice to see you.
Right.